Well, hello. My name is Billy Diamond of the Branding for Entertainers podcast. Maybe you're a longtime listener already of the podcast and you've kind of binge listened to these podcast episodes, or maybe you came over from a place like TikTok or another social media platform where you were just curious about what it is that I do in helping to brand entertainers. Well, let me just get you up to speed really quick so you don't have to go back and listen to all the episodes right now. But let me just tell you a little bit about who I am and why you should be listening to the Branding for Entertainers podcast, which will help you grow as an entertainer. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the worst things you can do as an entertainer is exactly what I'm going to do right now. And that's to tell you all my credentials about the fact that I have done this for over 4 decades, and I've traveled from coast to coast, and I've been on television, and I've consulted for television, and blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. Is that important? Are these credentials important? Yeah, they kind of are important, but here's the thing. Your audience, more importantly, your buying audience, your agent, all those people that book you, right? They want to know what it is that is in it for them. And yes, credentials are important, but they're not as important as the end result. And that's what is it that you can provide for them. That's what this experience in the entertainment industry, specifically as a magician, has been able to teach me over many decades, is people really don't care about your ego or all your credentials. Are they important to a degree? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not the most important thing. What is? What's in it for them? So maybe you're an up-and-coming entertainer and you think, I can't get to my next step because if I just had these credentials under my belt, people would take me seriously. I want you to think about what I just said for a moment, and that's the fact that your credentials are important to a degree, but it's not the defining factor. It's really about the value that you add to being an entertainer and to your client. And these are the things that we talk about on the Branding for Entertainers podcast and how you also can get it right. In the meantime, let me give you a quick update on what's going on with the podcast. We've talked about this. It's been a growth process for me on this end as a podcaster. And, I feel like I made promises over this period of time that I just cannot keep. And I think the best policy is always the best, and that is just be honest with people. That's all people want anyway. And that really reflects your genuine self and your genuine brand. So I'm just being honest to say, hey, you know what? Been a little overwhelmed, been a little bit here and there because I have all these different projects going on with Branding for Entertainers where I'm helping entertainers learn and grow. And I'm also working on the fabrication side where I am visually branding them. And then I'm having shows and things like that in between as an entertainer. And I just can't keep up with it. So I've had to backpedal. Have you ever had to do that in your career or in what you're doing as an entertainer where it's like, oh, got to backpedal a little bit, but then I'll get the gears going again. And that's where I found myself over the past few months. And why you haven't heard from me is I've had to backpedal just a little bit. And I think that's just a part of life. Simple as that. And, I really hate throwing stuff out there and promises I can't keep. It annoys me. It really does, because I feel like I'm letting people down. But you know what? You can't also please everybody. But what you can do is just be honest. And here again, that's what I'm doing today, just simply being honest with you. And that's why I want to let you know that the Branding for Entertainers podcast is going to be going on a seasonal. Yeah, we're going to do a seasonal. We're going to do seasonal episodes instead of just this month to month or trying and then failing. I think seasonal is going to be better. It's going to give us the theme for a whole season and what you can look forward to. So we're going to stay on course with the theme. And a little spoiler alert here. I'll let the cat out of the bag right now. And that's that this particular season is going to be about how to brand like a superhero. And you might say, well, how can you fit all 7 episodes? Or that sounds like one episode and that's about it. But I promise you, if you just stay the course with this, you're going to learn how to do this visually with your branding. You're going to learn how to do it verbally with your branding, as well as helping with your virtual brand and how to look like a superhero where other people are beginning to sing your praises for you. The first episode is going to air next month, September. We're going to run from September to March. Okay, so September to March, and then we'll take a sabbatical. We'll come back again the following September and do the same thing. So you're going to hear 7 great episodes that you can either relate to or golden nuggets that you're going to actually be able to learn from. And then also we're going to continue our virtual viewpoint with Landon. Landon Harvey, ventriloquist Landon Harvey, who has over 1 million TikTok followers, way over 1 million at this point. And he's going to offer advice on your social media, or what I like to call your virtual branding. So stay tuned, because I promise you, you don't want to miss this season that is coming up of Branding for Entertainers podcast. Stay tuned.